Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. We made it. And welcome to Pop Chat. We have so many trending topics to discuss as usual. It's been a busy week. We've got April Fools to cover and all kinds of things, but go ahead and say hello. Oh, Matt Dombrowski, my college professor, huge inspiration to me. Thank you so much for popping in, Matt. Really appreciate it. Kyle's here, Celine, Maria. Yeah, hope everyone had an awesome week. Let's turn down this music here and just jump right into things, folks. Thank you so much for joining today. If this is your first time and you don't know who I am, my name is Brianne Fleming, and I'm the host of this little chat. 5 years in the making. My undergrad, I got at University of Central Florida, where Matt Dombrowski was one of my professors in graphic design. And look at us now. Alexa's here. Hello. I'm Rapali on the West Coast. Good morning over there. Happy Pop Chat Friday indeed. So a little bit about me in a nutshell. I'm a marketer, but also a boy band fangirl, an academic because I teach social media at the University of Florida in their master's program. I'm also a content creator and a mom and a wife living in Jupiter, Florida with my husband, Sandy. But enough about me. Please go ahead and tell us who you are, what you do, where you're joining from. Allison, former student. It warms my heart so much when my students come and join me for this, and my professors. It's like a family affair here today. Thanks for joining, Allison, and let me know what you're up to these days. Matthew Barry is here. Hello, everyone. Check out his podcast, The Heart of a Fan. He's got some exciting new episodes coming out about women in sports and creating a fan base, all those great things that we love. So tell us who you are, because unlike what the Backstreet Boys say, I do care who you are, where you're from, and what you do. Again, if this is your first time tuning in, what the heck is Pop Chat? Well, it is your go-to place for a little bit of marketing, pop culture, but most importantly, community and connection. We are here today to discuss trending topics, but we're going to put a little bit of a marketing spin on these things. So it's really warmed my heart to see how all of you have become friends and connected over the years. Yella, he's on a train from Germany to the Netherlands. Nice to pop in. So speaking of making connections on here, I met Yella up in London, or over in London, I should say, because we met through Pop Chat. One of the coolest stories. I love taking friends that you've met online and meeting them in person. Also, we need to correct this, Amrapali, because you're the only person on this slide that I haven't met in person. So we need to figure that out. I need to come to California. Maria's here. She's a LinkedIn ghostwriter for CEOs and founders, mom of 2. Salim from Richmond. Allison just took a job doing content marketing for the water, agriculture, and horticulture industry. Awesome. So excited to hear that. And we're going to get your perspective on things today. Alexa is a media buyer and planner in Tampa. You came to speak at my master's. Oh, yes, at UT. Yes. Oh, thank you so much for joining and keeping up with me here. I remember doing that talk. Thank you so much. We've got 2 Alexas in the house, and fun fact, Alexa is my middle name. So great to see you. Yeah, when's the next concert? That's actually when I met Yella, was at a Backstreet Boys concert. Well, I didn't meet you there, but I was in London for a Backstreet Boys concert, and I think I need to come back for something. You let me know what's playing at the O2, Yella, and I'll make it happen, or I'll just come to the Netherlands. Alexa's here, brand marketing and content strategist from Seattle. Love to see it. So the way this will work today and every day is that there's no true authority here. Your opinion and your thoughts are valid no matter what you do or what level you're working at in your career. So just share your thoughts, reply to others, connect, and have fun. And unplug your smart home devices for an hour, because we've got a lot of Alexas in the chat. I know. I'm sure that never gets old. Sima's here. Yeah, I know. It's my middle name. It's true. Okay, so let's start off with an icebreaker. What is a video game you love, past or present? And this question is inspired by the Mario Kart World news that I heard this week. I'm so sorry. This is why so it's driven me nuts that, Amazon calls it what it calls it. So in my house, we have renamed our Alexa as Echo. So we just say, "Hey, Echo." I actually don't have one in here, otherwise it would be chatting, but it's a life hack. So yeah, Nintendo 2, the Switch 2 is coming out with a Mario Kart World release date with it. I don't know. I'm not a gamer, so someone help me out with that headline, but let me know your favorite video games from back in the day. Saima is a digital marketing director, currently job searching for her next role, and she's amazing. So if you're hiring, reach out to Saima. Kevin is also open to work. Binding of Isaac has pretty much been the only game I've played in the last 5 years. I've never heard of that one. I have a feeling I'm not going to hear of a lot of these. LinkedIn user, is this Michelle? Is this Dan? Who could this be? Kingdom Hearts. Tetris does count. Classic. Mario or Zelda games are timeless. Yes, absolutely. I'm just like, I'm a classic, Duck Hunt, really aging myself. Sonic 2, the best of times. Also was a big fan of Crazy Taxi on Sega Dreamcast. Silent Hill. Yeah, pretty much everyone loves Mario Kart, but what character do you usually pick on Mario Kart is the question. Could really learn a lot about a person. More Tetris fans. Awesome. Stardew Valley. It's my great wind down at the end of the day. As you can imagine, I'm big on my sports. So, okay, that's a sports game, but what sport? Because I wouldn't have gathered that from the title. 007. Oh my God. The sleepovers where we would pull all-nighters after renting this from Blockbuster constantly. Oh, good times. Crazy Taxi. Yeah, I need to go back and get like the soundtrack from Crazy Taxi because I think there was a lot of good music featured in it. Yoshi, excellent choice. I can hear it in my head. Yes, Nelson. Yes, Kevin. That's like the voice, the Crazy Taxi driver, to make some crazy money. Super Mario Brothers, Phase 10. Okay, Princess Peach. Awesome. Oh, it's a farming game. Okay. That's awesome. All right. Well, yeah, Yoshi is a great choice. All right. Thanks for the nostalgia and the fun, you guys. Today in pop culture history, let's get into it. Our famous birthdays, none other than Robert Downey Jr. He is turning 60 today. And I thought this was a great quote from him. He said, "I've noticed that worrying is like praying for what you don't want to happen." Worrying is like praying for what you don't want to happen. I thought that was really powerful. Just talking about manifesting and not filling our minds with negativity and worrying and instead focusing on the positive. So let's carry that wisdom into the weekend. Monty Mole in the new version. Is that a new Mario character? I need to catch up. No one said Sims. Is Sims like a true... Can you play Sims like on the TV? Like with a controller? Or is it only on the computer? Oh. Our favorite LinkedIn user said The Sims. I missed it if we figured out who this was. Okay. So, what else do we have in pop culture history? So, this isn't a crazy throwback, but a couple years ago in 2022, hold on, where's this? No One Lives Forever. I need to remove this. Here we go. In 2022, Jack Harlow released his song First Class. And the fun fact about this is that he released it by dropping an 8-second clip of it on TikTok. And that was 4 days before its official release. And research shows that it quickly spread on the platform and helped the song debut at #1, setting up a new paradigm for launching music. Just sharing a little 8-second snippet, and it went to #1. So it's really interesting to see how TikTok has changed music releases and all that. Awesome. Okay. Oh, you can now. You can play it on. Okay. Got it. Oh, Chantel. Yes. Yeah, this happens to people sometimes. So no worries. Roller Coaster Tycoon, like if we go down a whole CD-ROM rabbit hole, that would be a lot of fun. So feel free to drop those too. Okay, so trending topics for the week. Let's start with over the weekend. I've never really been a fan of this guy, but let's talk about how Morgan Wallen decided to walk off the SNL set at the end. You know how they do their little hugs and they do the end credits and roll all of those. Well, he didn't stay for the hugs. He decided to walk off, and social media speculation started, stirring, and people were wondering why he just walked off like that and didn't stick around. And his response was this picture of a plane that just said, "Get me to God's country." And you can only imagine what happened next. Hold the phone. Wait a minute, because we have a meme alert. Meme alert. Where's my sound effect? Meme alert. So this sparked a whole flurry of memes saying, "Get me to God's country." And it was just showing like nostalgic scenes, just a lot of Americana. We've got this view of God's country, which has a McDonald's and an Exxon and all these like little fast food gems that we grew up loving. Then this page that was in everyone's textbook growing up, if you ever took a geography class, the little Roku scene. It just sparked a ton of memes. But what was really interesting that I want to discuss today was that he ended up launching some merch after this and just leaned into it. Get me to God's country. So, what's your take on using controversy for profit? Do you think this was a good move? Will it backfire? Because even Kenan Thompson came out and kind of was saying, like, I don't really get what happened there. I think it rubbed a lot of people at SNL the wrong way. And he's doubling down on it and decided to make some merch out of it. So let me know your thoughts on this. Unholy. Oh, they teased it too early. Ooh, tell me more about that, Salim. I know, 3 years ago. Yeah, the pandemic really does feel like it was yesterday. New York is just filled with heathens that he had to run away from. He had to get to God's country, I guess. Everyone will be tuning into SNL this week. Oh, that's a good point, Jennifer. Are they gonna spoof their own thing that happened on their own show? I also heard, if you watched SNL last week, there was a little sketch or like this, these like parody music videos that they do. And Morgan Wallen was supposed to be featured in it and he declined. And then they got Joe Jonas instead, which who doesn't like Joe Jonas better anyway? But yeah, a little bit of drama here. I don't really get it. Lathan says, when you want to take SNL's money, but realize it hurts your brand. I also love the idea that a country boy who lives in Nashville and has a private jet to the crowd tries to connect to people who cannot afford Coach. Ooh, hot take. I think it completely depends on your current persona. Morgan Wallen is already a controversial. That is true. And I think, yeah, to your point, Alexa, that it just brings his current fans, they rally behind him even more by leaning into this. I think that's a good point. Whereas for some people, depends on the issue. I'm still confused about what happened. Yeah, I think we all are. Why did he just walk off? I kind of think that's just the kind of person he is. He's kind of a jackass, in my opinion. But, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But that just rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. The people who would be offended are probably not the people who'd buy one of his shirts. That's exactly what I was thinking, Kevin. So he's probably laughing all the way to the bank and it's working out. Typical case of wanting his cake and eating it too. The lack of media literacy will actually boost his brand for his target audience. It's a miss on the SNL producers' part. They should not have had him in the first place. Ooh, yeah. And I feel like SNL, they don't put up with that nonsense sometimes. Like, I think they're kind of known for having really high standards for their guests. So yeah, it's a little surprising. Chantel says, rage bait. I'm tired of it, but it seems like generating anger and the us versus them feel is a big marketing and engagement ploy. Ooh, rage bait. That's a whole other topic we can dig into even more. But yeah, we see it out there. Unholy went viral, but took 3 months to launch the actual song. By that time, everybody was over it and it flopped commercially. Did not know that. Thank you for the pop culture fun fact, Salim. I'm going to give you some little sparkles for that because I love me a fun fact. So thank you. Yay, Brit is here. I always smile when Brit is here. Yeah, Morgan Wallen knows it's his audience. We'll have to go on and see if it's sold out. Can someone check that? Kyle says, I think he was out of his element on SNL. His brand team hopped on an opportunity that wasn't really all that controversial in the grand scheme of things. More money in his pocket. Yeah, Kyle, and to that point, when I watched the music video that they did that had Joe Jonas, I couldn't picture Morgan Wallen doing that same sketch. So yeah, it did seem like it was out of his element a bit. There's always going to be an audience that agrees with you and will be willing to support you. He has a loyal fan base. Yeah, I think they kind of enjoy being controversial. Brianna says, I think it only backfires when it doesn't resonate with your audience and it's out of your niche or industry or whatever the norm is for your channel. So Brianna, do you think it's going to work for Morgan then? Look at the chair situation. There's a plaque about throwing chairs because you're not Morgan Wallen at the bar. What? Tell me more. Alexa Phillips says, I feel like it could be a good way to laugh something off if something funny or embarrassing happened. But if it's more of a cringe WTF moment, I think it's kind of skeevy. Yeah. And it's just gonna, I don't know. I feel like people in Hollywood talk. Everyone loves Lorne Michaels and they respect him a lot. So it's burning a bridge, in my opinion. Wow, lots of great thoughts on this. Rachel says Keenan mentioned in an interview that he initially thought it was a personality thing, comparing him to Prince, who was also famously standoffish. But after he saw the God's Country story, he was like, are we not in the same place? The cast was confused. Ooh, yes. We listened to Keenan. This is right on brand. All planned, performative outrage, pandering to his fans and the culture wars. Let's be honest, we know who his fans are and who else they are fans of. Oh, goodness. Yeah, so we'll have to see if everything has sold out. Let me know. Let's fact check this. But yeah, that was how we kicked off the weekend. And then moving on, we had April Fools this week. And not one, but two brands kind of jinxed. And both did this whole touch grass product launch. So Yahoo launched a keyboard that was all grass, and this other company called D Brand launched grass like electronics sleeves and stuff. So this was making me think, like, what is the state of the world right now where we all really need to touch grass? So my question for you is, how do you incorporate digital wellness into your daily routine? And I love this term. I haven't heard it before, digital wellness, but I think it's very relevant and clear and something that we all should be thinking about. So I would love to hear your digital wellness tips and what you do for your daily routine. Mine, I don't have much. I need more rules to put in place, but one rule I do have is that when I wake up in the morning and my daughter wakes up, I don't even touch my phone until we've done her first bottle together. We've sat together. I've changed her. We've done like a whole little morning routine. And then I'll check my phone, but no phone before her first bottle. Which I've also heard that like the first 3 minutes and the last 3 minutes of your kid's day is like developmentally like the most important period. So that's just sticking in my brain. Those grass covers could be a real product. Yes. Except, it would just encourage us to be more addicted to our devices. But what can you do? Oh, yes. I do remember that now in Nashville that he did that. Thank you for jogging my memory. Sleep with my phone in the other room. I aspire to this. Trying to do it. Maria says, something I'm trying to do is log off social media in the evening during my kids' bedtime and after they go to sleep. Yeah, it's like, all right, lights out, phones off. But I'm very guilty of the bedtime scroll and the bedtime procrastination, which we talked about last week. Lathan says, working in social media, I'm constantly exposed to the worst the world and internet has to offer, but I go to the gym and run and I unplug for certain apps after work ends. Yes, get those endorphins at least. Maybe physical wellness is digital wellness. Oh, thanks for dropping this, Salim. Thank you. Go on downtime from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. And then lately I've been on social and email free detox over the weekend, which has been so good for me. Yeah, I really want to do like phone free Sundays. It's just so hard. I'm so addicted. Sima says, I am chronically online, but for an hour after work, I try to turn my computer off and put my phone away to try to just do something away from a screen. I do that too. And then I'm like, maybe I'll watch a movie. And I'm like, oh, this is the screen too. So maybe reading would be better. Amar Polly says, I turn off notifications when I'm off from work. I have a stack and list of physical books that I need to read. What a concept. Kyle says, I have an app that locks me out after 30 minutes of use until I do 20 push-ups. Seriously? That is some accountability. Chantel says, my blue light glasses, and I've turned off notifications to all social media apps. Same, no push notifications. That's like table stakes. I have my happy apps as well to balance out the stress and negative emotions. Little cheesy games, especially ones where I can play on teams and feel like, yeah, I'm still doing Wordle. My husband picked it up again, and I'm like, I need to do my Wordle. And it's a nice little, I mean, it's on my phone, but it does feel like a little bit of a deviation. Oh, thank you, Danny. I know she's sleeping right now. My little angel. Jennifer, I've drastically cut smartphone usage. Haven't even upgraded because I'd just be on my phone even more. I try to use my laptop more on it right now to be intentional with my usage. Yes, maybe that's a good rule. Like just like I went through periods where I mean, right now, actually, oh, I do have a tip. I don't have Instagram on my phone. I only have it on desktop. So I'll just check in when I'm on my computer, like right now. So I think I'm just always going to be digitally unwell. I know. Britt and I have a group chat that we're in quite a bit. And but that I think that is our happy place, you know, all the Backstreet Boy pictures and everything that we exchanged, but it's still screen time. Intermittent phone fasting. Like Alexa. Wait, did I miss that? Oh, or you just gave it that name? Yes. That's the shift. The 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. is our fast. I love that. Matthew says, depends on what you're watching, though. I'm a sucker for documentaries before bed. Yes. Why do I watch like true crime, like the most terrifying, dark things before bed? It's not very calming. I made it. Rachel's here. I am bad at digital wellness and need all of these tips. Yes. Phone-free Sundays. Or if I have my family over, I really want to implement the phone basket where we all throw it in because they come over and then we're all on our phones. It's like, what are we doing? Rachel says, if my husband and I find ourselves scrolling too much before bed, we swap phones. Oh, it's like, you know, in school when you're passing notes and the teacher wants to see it. So I keep his on my side and mine is on his side. That is so simple. I like that because it's not putting your phone in another room. So if you need an alarm or something, it's still there, but far enough away. I love that one, Rachel. Thank you. I'm going to give you a little sparkle for that. Boop. Why isn't it playing? Ah. What else? Keep sharing these tips. Digital fasting. Yes. Digital wellness, digital fasting. Awesome. Okay. This was surprising to me. Let's talk about MTV for a second. Maybe you all heard this, but the VMAs are going to CBS. The VMAs are going to CBS. Now, they're still going to be simulcasted onto MTV, but per The Hollywood Reporter, an expansion of the award show's regular live simulcast finally brings Paramount Global's broadcast network, CBS, and its streaming service, Paramount Plus, into the mix. The 2024 VMAs were made available the next day on Paramount Plus. So it's getting into streaming a little bit more. No collecting phones at concerts and shows. As a mom, it makes me so anxious in case there's an emergency at home. Ooh, that makes sense. I do wish we would be in the moment a little more at concerts, not even just for us, but for the artists, like to perform and then to just see, everyone in the crowd is like this because you can't see their face. But Pokemon Go gets me walking more. That's a life hack. I love that. So more on MTV moving the VMAs to CBS. Yeah, CBS. They said, considering the fact that the VMAs were just about the last thing MTV had going for it, ouch, this is a notable moment in what has been a slow, prolonged death of the once mighty cable favorite. I can attest to that. I loved my MTV. Long gone are the music videos, and original programming followed suit years ago. In 2023, after 36 years, MTV News signed off for good. The same year, amid the writer's strike, the channel's other awards show, the MTV Movie and TV Awards, was forced into a pre-taped shell of its former self, and it hasn't recovered. MTV is still a thing. I mean, yeah, it's that irrelevant. It's sad. It's still a channel. It was always on MTV and then VH1, CMT. The VMAs were? I just always defaulted to MTV. But my question for you, as we knew it, MTV was once the blueprint for cultural influence. What and or who are influencing culture the most today? If it's not MTV, what is filling that gap? What is shaping culture, or who is shaping culture? I think who is an interesting thing to ponder, to tie it back to very specific people or artists or key players. So makes sense being that MTV and CBS are owned by the same company, but honestly, VMAs are trash. Ooh, oh man. I want to say last year's, I feel like, had a little bit of a comeback. And sometimes I wonder, I'm like, is this trash or am I just getting old? If Britney Spears isn't there, it's not worth watching. But I feel like we're just like, maybe I'm aging out of it. I don't know. So, what's Kevin talking about? The guy next to me was about to take a photo when walked up and said, "Put that phone away. Put the fear of God into me." Oh my. So yeah, social media. Definitely. Care to elaborate? Rachel says influencers. Influencers are shaping culture, and algorithms are the gatekeeper that MTV producers used to be. Whoa. I like that because it's not, well, maybe I don't like that. Because it's not like people are behind it picking what becomes culturally relevant. It's just like a digital algorithm is shaping society. Oh God, that sounds so depressing. But at the end of the day, the people inform the algorithm. So TikTok and 15 minutes of farmers who keep it going are owning. Oh, famers. Okay. 15-minute. Got it. Friday. Who keep it going are owning media. TikTokers can shift to regular TV and the reality circuit, and they become A-listers. Sadly, it gives us the Paul brothers. I don't know too much about them, but I see headlines about them all the time. Like, who are these people? TikTok is influencing the most today, and it's not just one specific influencer. It feels like something different goes viral each week. The latest obsession, the group chat drama. I am invested. If you haven't seen it, there is a viral series called The Group Chat that one girl is single-handedly doing, and it has a grip on so many people right now. Drop the link, Sima, if you have it. But if you think about it, like TikTok replaced TRL and Carson Daly. Like, we're now discovering music this way too. So TikTok getting manipulated by corporate brands and influencers. Nothing feels organic anymore. Ooh. Influencers are completely changing how everyone views everything, from lifestyle to consumption habits to clothes. I think even more so than just MTV used to. Yeah. And it used to be that celebrities were the ones shaping culture, but now it's just everyday influencers who are everyday people. And we all kind of have the power to influence culture. I guess the who depends on your interests. Social media and the algorithms make it easier to find a home for your interests rather than typing a number into your remote and finding your channel. Yeah. And we're also like, we're exposed to less of culture because even now, like some of you are talking about these things that I haven't heard of because we're all in our own little rabbit holes of culture because we can pick and choose, to your point, Danny. Whereas, if you're watching TV, it's like, okay, I'm watching TRL for the Backstreet Boys, but I guess I'll watch this corn video or some Papa Roach. But now we don't have to sit through stuff we don't want to. Oh, thank you, Britt. Is Pop Chat an appropriate answer here? Because I definitely just Googled skinny dipped. Yes, we're doing a skinny dipped giveaway. Britt, you're not going to like it. You're going to love skinny dipped, but you'll see. The trivia question, I don't know if you'd be proud of me, but we'll see. Stay tuned if that wasn't enough of a teaser. YouTube is expected to overtake Disney as the top media company this year for revenue. Netflix, yes. The limited series Adolescence is really sparking a cultural conversation. I love that, Chantel. Social media, brands, so many great thoughts here. Taylor Swift is shaping culture, influence constantly now. Yeah. Thank you so much for these thoughts. Keep them coming in, but let's do a little bit of a feel good Friday. What's good? What's going on? What is something positive happening in your life right now, or just something you want to share? Thank you, Sima, for the the group chat saga, which is just some nice, good old fashioned escapism. So, my feel good Friday is I'm trying to my daughter's 9 months old, and I've just been thinking about her language development, and I'm trying to use Spanish more around the house. And I'm not a Spanish speaker, but I did take 4 years of it. And I'm finding that it's coming back to me a little bit, especially when I'm reading like little kids' flashcards and books in Spanish and stuff. So I don't know if I can make her fluent, but it's been fun to just kind of trigger that part of my brain and to relearn some Spanish also. Mad respect for the perfectly placed product skinny dip over your shoulder. Thank you so much. Thank you for the segue. While you're thinking of that, we have dark chocolate peanut butter cups, dark chocolate salted caramel cashews, salted caramel. I mean, that's next level. And then dark chocolate cocoa almonds. Let me know. It's Friday. I think we've got to dig into the peanut butter ones first. Let's be honest. But thank you. That was a last minute idea. I was like, let me stick them there. I'm planning on clearing out some of my books in my home library, Brienne, so I can send you a list if you want to request anything. Ooh, like books in Spanish or little kids books? What are we talking about? Or just anything? Make me a care back package. I will not object. Okay, we're gonna have some skinny dips, guys. Who needs Reese's when these only have 2 grams of sugar per cup? So we can feel a little better about eating 10 of them. All right. Ooh, and even better, individually wrapped. So you can take them on the go for the busy marketer. Or, surprise your coworkers with them. Put them in their desks. Become the favorite coworker. Danny says, my son, an ice hockey goalie, recently won Player of the Week. That's awesome. Please post a little later. Yes. Put that on LinkedIn. Salim is starting a new job, director of marketing. So exciting. Remember when we needed the TV guide to know what was on? Gone are the days. Oh, the perfect cup leveled up. It sure is. It sure is. Allison says, today's my last day at my current job. I start my new one in May, and I'm so excited to finish my master's degree this month. Graduate from UF and start my new position and do some puzzles. That's just boom. That's like bliss. New job, graduating, puzzles, crafts. What more do you need? What more do you need? So keep dropping all of the good news or just anything you want to share. I am now nostalgic for when you tried to get a snack and use the bathroom during a commercial break and the dead sprint when you heard it's back on. I know. Those were the days. Go in the kitchen and make some ice cream and come back and eat it in front of the TV. Okay. Delish. I wish I had a napkin, but we're just going for it. Spoke more Greek. That's really cool. Did any of it stick, Alexa? Community service tomorrow. Tell us more, Amrapali. What kind? Teaching again in the fall. And in our last session, my juniors asked what other classes I'm teaching so they can sign up for it. Look at you getting some retention, that teacher retention rate, getting students that want to come back. Okay. Thank you so much. Too many books and not enough space. Relatable. Speaking of Feel Good Friday and some shout outs, I don't think he's here, but I definitely wanted to give a shout out to Joe Huber, who has been doing these open to work series on LinkedIn, taking moments of his day to spotlight people who are open to work and doing these little interviews that he's broadcasting to create more awareness. Kevin Nelson was just featured. I know Sima did a session. It's just like the most selfless, beautiful thing I've seen on LinkedIn in a while. Oh my gosh. The preview channel and also the overnight infomercials, like kids these days never, they'll never have to appreciate like a good old sales pitch or get convinced to buy a rotisserie chicken, barbecue when you're 8 years old, Okay. I bet there's a story here, Brianna. Viacom family. Yeah, we're still talking about MTV. Yep. So great to see this. Kevin is still open to work. So is Sima. So if you know of anything, help some people out. Oh, it is time for our pop quiz. And Britt, you're going to see why you're going to be a little disappointed in me, but it's fine. It's fine. So today we're doing a giveaway with our friends from Skinny Dipped, which we love. So if you don't want the dark chocolate variety, you can also get these in milk chocolate. And, marketers, can we get some applause for all of this like gorgeous packaging? Like, I love this gradient that they do. So they are graciously picking one lucky winner to win some chocolate goodies over the next 5 pop chats. So we're not going to get tired of them. They're going to keep coming back and it's going to be awesome. But let's look at their packaging here, because here it says a snack with no strings attached. So honestly, that means we need a trivia question about the No Strings Attached album, obviously. So Britt, I'm sorry. I know I'm a Backstreet loyalist, but we can deviate for a second. So the first person to answer this question correctly, and it's about No Strings Attached, is going to win some Skinny Dipped. So I hope you have your keyboard fingers ready. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Which song from No Strings Attached was ahead of its time, referencing online romance? The packaging is stunning. We love it. And I feel like it goes with Pop Chat. Like, thank you so much to Skinny Dipped. I knew this was coming. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. And we like this song, Britt. I know. We can give them the credit where credit is due. That is growth. Which song from No Strings Attached was ahead of its time, referencing online romance? Dana. All my NSYNC fangirls are here. Digital Get Down is correct. You guys are fast. I know. It's truly a great song. So, in the spirit of that, congratulations, Dana. You are going to get some Skinny Dipped. And let me know which kind you want. I mean, I think they're going to surprise you, but I've been a big fan of this dark chocolate peanut butter cup. So Brianna was a Backstreet Boys girl. Yep. Props are due. Controversial Brit. Oh, shout out to Aaron Carter for Internet Girl. Yes. Also, Jennifer Lopez's If You Had My Love video was all about kind of like this online chat romance. So speaking of giving credit where credit is due, let's go down memory lane really quickly because I really like this performance and I'm not afraid to admit it. So let's and I'm gonna eat more chocolate while we do this. Log on, folks. The graphics also ahead of their time. Cue all the screen.
You've selected in sync.
All right, we're doing a cat. Okay. I could eat this whole bag, by the way. Oh! I know. I'm being sent to the principal's office. We do need this bag. Look at the keyboard.
Just you and me. 20,000 miles away. Baby, baby, you can see me. Digital, get down. Just what we need.
I don't hate it.
Can't get together naturally. Get together on the digital screen.
Choreo here? The bedazzled bandana. Yes. Basically a Valentine. Kelly Rowland. Did have celebrity. Okay. When we get connected. Why should I let this go on? Kyle, you went to the store? Did you? I'm jealous, actually. All right, we're going to play until this part, which is a viral moment on TikTok. If you know, you know. It's like another, I don't know, 30 seconds. I think this is Madison Square Garden. Am I right? There you go. Did you meet online? Okay, here's the part. Okay. I don't want to change the slide. All right, I'll change the slide.
I'll call you. I hope that I get through.
Okay. Remember when you had to open a program and actually log on? Yeah, you like weren't even online yet. But yeah, Dana, if you met online, especially, when is your wedding? These are really good. I know. They had the camera down in there. Pop Odyssey tour. Kyle, I'm jealous. Respect. JC girls, please stand up. All right. I think my chocolate is melting because it's getting a little hot in here with that. But thank you for playing. Oh, let's get to some industry news, shall we? Alien landing modem and hogging the phone line. I know. You did. There you go. I think you need a full choreographed dance. He's no JC, though. He's better. Come on. It was totally unplanned. That segment, I guess you can say, was brought to you by Skinny Dipped and these half-eaten bags. We're going to put them back since you guys really loved how they were set up. The snack with no strings attached, folks. Okay. Back to your regularly scheduled programming. ChatGPT's image generator is now live. Hi, it's me. I'm a JC girl. I understand. I think we all understand after that. So, How have you guys been using this? I'm curious. Britt says, shout out to Cody on Peloton and Danny Pellegrino for always shouting JC as the lead singer, rightfully so. He really did deserve so much more. I need to put my hair up. Oh, man. Okay. How have you been using this? I know Kyle kind of helped spark this action figure thing that's been going off on LinkedIn, but how do you see this image generator impacting marketing and content creation? What excites and concerns you? It is going to be May very soon. The countdown begins. What excites and concerns you about ChatGPT's image generator? I'll give you a use case that I've used it for, and I've kind of replaced someone's job. My husband and I want to redo the landscaping in front of our house, and I uploaded a picture of our house, and I told it what exposure we have, how much sunlight we get, and where we live, all that stuff. And it gave us it generated gorgeous landscaping, like this whole digital mock-up, and told us what plants to get, the name of all of them, like how to care for it. Was unreal. And I was probably going to have to hire someone to do that. So that's been interesting. Way more than have marketing folks, have you seen JC in the Meow Mix commercial? I really hope he got paid a lot for that. Salim says, as a creative myself, married to a creative, it's been really tough to get myself to use it. No true creative control is there to offset the moral issues for myself. I get that. We'll have to see what happens if we're really using it as a tool to enhance our careers or if it's going to replace some things. I haven't used the image generation tools yet, just can't get over the environmental impact of it. I am not aware of this. But I've seen a lot of people using it to create ad mock-ups and some people who are asking ChatGPT to create a headshot photo based on their resume. Yeah, not good for photographers. Poor quality imagery, since we are still in early stages. Concerned it will steal people's work and threaten people's work. I do not want to see soul leave art. That is so poetic, Lathan. That is so sweet. Ugh. Matthew uses it a ton for brainstorming, but refused to give it any creative control. You can't replace humanity and skill with automation. Thank you for the optimism, Matthew. It never spits out the results and always freezes on me. Yeah, I asked it to that prompt that's been going on. It's like, based on what you know about me, generate a picture of what you think I look like. And I did it twice, and they were both men. So not good for my ego. I saw a post about different statistics. Benjamin says nearly all of marketing acknowledges that it's going to change the industry, but less than half is fully actually using it. I think authenticity is going to be the big thing for social this year because I think people see through it and know when it's generative AI. Okay, more optimism. Get the images you want faster and cheaper with the right prompt. Fire photographers, designers, etc. All creative specialists are going to have to upskill and reskill or do something else. It's going to flood the market with stuff, none of which will look that great unless you know how to prompt and edit. On the other hand, brands and creators are going to go out of their way to say things like human-made, AI absent, etc. to stand out. I have yet to see that, but I think that's a great prediction. Imagine made by a human and not a robot. Get a great image quickly, like for social media, but I'm concerned for designers' jobs. I know. Eventually, we'll see so much more generated content. People will want to go back to working with artists, writers, etc. I hope so. Using it as a tool. Anthony says, I mean, it generates graphics pretty quickly, so it's a workaround. My concern is that it is not accurate to who I am. Did not like the image I got for fun prompts. Will definitely be used since it's available. Yeah, it doesn't seem to know much about us yet. So I saw something that we won't lose jobs to AI, but to people who know how to use it. Whoa. Something to think about if you're not incorporating it already. Okay, I'm sorry. The cocoa almonds are just staring at me back there. So I'm just going to dig into these now so I could say we tried them all. So keep sharing your thoughts on this. Next up, QVC is pivoting to TikTok. What is going on? We've got MTV on CBS, QVC on TikTok. A lot happening. So let me read my notes on this. Social media companies have worked to grow their shopping capabilities, but social shopping hasn't taken hold in the US to the extent it has in other countries, which was news to me. Social commerce accounted for nearly 30% of all e-commerce in China last year, compared to less than 6% in the US. So I wonder if that will shift a little. And these are very good. So my question to you, what makes a live shopping experience both engaging and irresistible to shoppers? What are some of those considerations and differences when it comes to live shopping? Do we have to sell differently if it's a live format? I love when there's a delay in StreamYard and I just read stuff like this out of context later. Benjamin says, I'm a bit of a hater, but I also know I have to stay updated on generative AI so I don't fall behind. That's very aware. I think that's a great point, Benjamin. Something that we need to just acknowledge that it exists and do what we can. Gary Vee has been screaming about social shopping. Amazon has Amazon influencers already doing live streams, sharing product reviews. Walmart, Target, Best Buy will all start doing this. Oh my goodness. It really scares me because I feel like I shop enough when I'm not looking for it. Or sorry, when I am looking for it. And then to just have it coming at me at all angles. That's the other thing that younger kids in this generation won't understand. Or maybe now they will. Is that when something, you can't find anything to watch on TV, you just watch QVC. And you're like a 10-year-old looking at pots and pans or a sprinkler system. Storytelling. Yes, that will work with live shopping, keeping it engaging and irresistible. Yeah, I'm curious to see it. They're going to have QVC's hosts still host and just stream it to TikTok. But I'm curious how this will work if they have, like a celebrity guest come in and they have a product launch or something, if it'll also stream to their channels, or like what kind of this collaborative live shopping will be like. I think this is back to AI. I'm using it, but trying to be selective about how and when. I don't want to use it for creative purposes, but rather for tedious tasks, like asking me to help identify keywords I should incorporate from a job description to my resume. That is a great use case. Salim, I feel like an old man yelling at the clouds. Anytime someone is rushing me in a purchase, it stops my conversion. Research and price shopping is a big part of my process. Good for you, Salim. I wish I had that self-control. Still have all the CDs, the NSYNC CDs. I love it. TikTok Shop's team is encouraging brands to do more live streams to drive shopping. They were trying to incentivize our teams to do it. This just, for me, it always begs the question of like, nobody wants to be sold to, but yet here's a live 24/7 stream of me trying to sell you a product. I think we do want to be sold to a lot. Very direct. You have to catch interest quickly, a good hook. Okay. I remember seeing there was a TikToker who quickly went through multiple products in a second. That's not much of an experience. Ooh, okay. So don't rush me. Entertaining product demos. Okay. Incorporating some entertainment aspect. Kids and toys. I don't like buying toys online because you don't know the size, material, and durability. Danny, I just made that mistake. I bought some magnet letters and they're way too small. My daughter will definitely choke on those. If you find it in a store, you can see firsthand the value in the item before buying. Okay. I wish I did that more. I'm going to take that advice. Urgency. The price you're seeing is only available now during this live show. Yeah. Sense of urgency. And also there's major FOMO on live shopping. When you're watching QVC and they'll have a shirt in a variety of colors and they'll just be like, oh, the pink just sold out. Oh, now the red sold out. Oh, it's only available in blue now. Like, it's like It creates this sense of urgency, like you said, and kind of this mad dash, and it stresses me out. So yeah, they'll do it because stress leads to impulse shopping. Chantel says live shopping feels like it can become really cheesy really quickly, but wait, there's more. But I could see the value of doing a live shopping experience that isn't traditionally structured, more product placement than anything. For example, having an influencer run an engaged live stream with skinny dip packages in the bag while wearing an awesome Barbie shirt and jewelry. Oh, you're too kind. Lots of opportunities for brands to sell and make it more modern than those nightmare commercials that, oh man, it cuts me off, but I'll take that compliment. So yes, everyone, please go buy skinny dips. You will not regret it. Available at Target, Whole Foods, even Fresh Market has it if you have one of those near you. And again, special thanks to them. I watched a live shopping stream on Amazon from a guy who was a first-time dad, found some awesome products, and Jen and I put it on our registry. Yes, Kyle and his wife are expecting. So let's get some sound effects there. Wait. Woo! The storytelling and his ability to understand the experience through the whole screen. All right, so storytelling doesn't go out of style. You want to be sold to if you're watching it. Yeah. So now I'm curious, do you make impulse buys on social media, and what do you typically get targeted for? What is in your feed these days? For me, it's all the baby products lately. I'm like, oh, becoming a parent, they're like, oh, your kids are going to beg you for toys and you're going to have to learn to say no. And of course, I'll get to that stage. But now I'm just like, I want to buy her all the toys. Who's going to stop me? I need to figure this out. Yeah. So what impulse buys are you making on social media? What are you getting targeted for? What ads are you constantly seeing? And I don't want to say do you fall for them, but do you do any social shopping? Let me know. Speaking of baby products, I bought a silly $200 Baby Bjorn bouncer because a grandma influencer was talking about baby topics and started talking about how great the bouncer was because her grandkid could sit in it. It freed her hands, felt like such a natural promo and demo. Yes, I think I've seen this lady, the grandma on TikTok, letting you all know the cheaper versions work just as well. Yes, we have the cheaper version. What is the brand? I can't remember, but we do. Oh, Baby Delight, maybe? Works just fine. Baby Delight. The only creator that manages to influence me is Linus Tech Tips with their store, lttstore.com. Audiences watch the product development for every single product, and the brand affinity is very high. Most of my wardrobe is from them. Okay. When you find a brand that works, please keep selling to me. My impulse buy. Mistakes were made. I know. As a parent now, I wish I was more just interested in trying to find things secondhand, because now I have so many things that I bought new and I see them in great condition secondhand, like left and right now. I'm like, what was I doing? Alexa says, very impulsive buys on social media, especially around the holidays, since I'm always looking for the best gift. I get targeted mostly for clothes. Me too. A lot of clothes. Not sure if it's because I am currently revamping my wardrobe and constantly look for outfit inspo online. Yeah, drop the brands that you love. Brian, if I tell you what I'm targeted for, I'll get more ads. I know. I don't know if Skinny Dipped has ads, but look out for them. And make sure you like them because we love them. We love them. I'm not making a lot of impulse purchases, but I do see things and add them to my cart to purchase later. I'm seeing a lot of skincare, clothes, shoes, trying to cut back. I need to do a closet detox. Yes, closet detox, shelf detox. I found that a good rule of thumb is when you get those ads, if you don't buy it in that sitting, if you can kind of sleep on it, maybe you don't need it. TikTok is leading in live shopping, but I bought things because I've seen them on TikTok. The little popping game that was big for so long, board games. Okay, those are fun things though. We love a good impulse buy that brings us joy. I get targeted for just about anything athleisure, which is accurate. I actually know I'm pretty difficult to sell to. Again, good self-awareness, Anthony. Athleisure, yeah, like all the Vioris and like the joggers, all those, they're always trying to get me. Managed to buy a couple skincare products. I'm not a huge impulse shopper online, but I have gotten a lot of ads for bags and purses. Yes, beware, everyone. Facebook Marketplace is magical. Meta Ray-Ban sunglasses. They shoved it in my face for months, and I finally bought them. Please report back. What is the review, Kyle? Easily influenced. My wildest impulse buy from TikTok was a freshwater pearl because I enjoyed the live opening process late at night when I had a bit of insomnia. I love that. Where's the pearl now? Did you turn it into a necklace or something? Oh, thank you so much. Oh, we're right at 2:00. Okay, so thank you all so much. Let's do some helping hands. Share something you need help with right now. Let's keep manifesting. And like Robert Downey Jr. said, try not to worry. Worrying is like wishing for that thing you don't want to happen for that to happen. He said it a lot more eloquently. So share what you need right now. Manifest things in the chat. Thank you so much for joining. I'll see you next week, but also special thanks to Skinny Dipped. So if you see them out in your travels while you're at the grocery store, check them out. These are just some of their varieties. Lemon Bliss almonds. They also have a sprinkle cashew thing you have to try. So thank you all so much. And Dana, congratulations. And thank you all for indulging me in the NSYNC like little rabbit hole there. You know, I might do more rabbit holes because it's, you know, it's my show. So I was going to let the whole thing play. So please leave me all your thoughts in this little suggestion box, aka my DMs. Oh, I love this. Thank you. I sure will, Chantel. Everyone have a great weekend. Jason says, I'll put items into my cart, then wait for the brand to send me a coupon. Otherwise, I usually wait a week. That's a good little hack. The abandoned cart email. I like it. Sitting in a box. Rachel, let's put that on your weekend to-do list. Or you can ask ChatGPT, what should I do with this pearl? And report back. But I really love that story. That's awesome. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Everyone have a great weekend. And I'll see you next time. Yay. 202, not too bad. Thank you, Dana. I'll be in touch. And again, we'll do another Skinny Dipped giveaway next time. So if you didn't win this time, you're in luck. We'll also do some more pop quizzes and trivia. So thanks for joining, Alexa. And best of luck with everything. Keep me posted on your new job and all the things. All right, everyone. Bye.